Hey, so today I'm talking about the best free VPNs out there. And the thing with free VPNs is that because they're not charging you money, they need to make that money somewhere else. So a lot of free VPNs will actually share your data by selling it to third parties at a profit. Also, because a lot of free VPNs just don't have the money and the resources, they're not always that secure, and there have been situations of massive data leaks with free VPNs. So all this means that you have to be really careful about which one you pick and make sure that you're selecting the right free VPN. So I've gone ahead and tested out a lot of them, and I can say that the best three out there right now are Windscribe, Proton VPN, and TunnelBear. Now, while I do believe these are the best, they all do offer a paid plan as well, and because they want you to move to that paid plan, there are going to be limitations in the free version for all of these. And in this video, I'm going to go through those and what these can and cannot do. But as always, I'll also be sure to leave a lot more useful information and links in the description below. Now, starting with Proton VPN over here, the app is really slick and easy to use. They have this map interface that you can use to connect to different servers. The thing is that in the free version, you're only going to get about 10 countries and you can't choose which one you want to connect to. You only have the quick connect option, and by clicking on this, it will choose which server to connect you to. If I would try to go down to the list of servers over here, I wouldn't be able to connect to most of these because they're only going to be available in the Proton paid version. However, putting aside the country limit, Proton VPN really does have a lot of other good features about it. It's unlimited, so there's no data limit at all. You can use it for as much data as you want, and they do have an external audit confirming their no logs policy, meaning that an outside company has verified that they do not keep any user data local on their own servers, so you wouldn't have to worry about any of those data leaks or data breaches, because if anybody ever hacked into Proton VPN or any government or other agency tried to get any user information from them, they just wouldn't have it because they're not keeping those logs local on their own computers. And one other thing I should mention about Proton VPN, and really also the next option up over here, which is TunnelBear, is that both of these are not necessarily going to work for streaming. They may not. It's just that because it's a free VPN, they're going to reserve their best servers for the paying customers. So it might just not work if you're trying to use it to stream content, and if it does, you may have a very slow connection. But if you're just looking to quickly secure your data, maybe you're using a public Wi-Fi network that isn't secure, or you just don't want your ISP knowing what you're doing, then both of these will be really good options. And with TunnelBear, as opposed to Proton VPN, you'll have access to almost all of their 45 countries. And in terms of no logs audits, TunnelBear are one of the best amongst free VPNs, having completed 7 independent security audits. The one major drawback for TunnelBear, which makes it very hard to use in the free plan these days, is the fact that you only get a 2 GB data limit. So once you've used this VPN to transfer 2 GB of data, you just won't be able to use the free plan anymore, and you're going to be done for that month. And that brings me to my last recommendation, Windscribe. Now, Windscribe is a little bit different than both Proton and TunnelBear, because with Windscribe, you're going to get access to servers in 10 different countries, and you can choose these. It's not like Proton, where you just click a button and it will connect to one for you. And once you confirm your email, you'll get 10 GB of free data, which is really a decent amount for a free VPN. And on top of this, Windscribe is actually pretty decent when it comes to streaming content, so you could use it to access Netflix libraries that are only going to be available in a different country, and a lot of other streaming websites will work pretty good with Windscribe if you're trying to access content that's not available where you live. However, when it comes to those no-log policy audits, Windscribe has not yet completed one. They're in the middle of doing it, and it should be out soon. However, since it hasn't been completed, we have to just take them at their word when they say that they have a no-logs policy, and we can't be 100% sure that they really aren't keeping any user data local on their servers. So overall, between these three, my recommendation will vary depending on what your needs are. If you want a secure VPN and 2 GB of data is not going to be enough for you, and you don't really care which country you connect to, then Proton VPN would be the one to go with. But if you need a secure connection and you don't necessarily need it for a lot of information, and maybe having a lot of countries available would be more important to you, then TunnelBear is the one to go with. And if you're just looking to stream and you need a free VPN to get the job done, then Windscribe is the one to go with. Now, one last thing I wanted to mention before I go is that if you are tired of all these different restrictions and you want to upgrade to a paid VPN, then I do have some recommendations for you. And the two best VPNs that I would recommend at a low price would be NordVPN and Surfshark. These two are both really good options and both reasonably priced. Surfshark is the cheapest, but NordVPN does come with quite a bit more features and is also faster than Surfshark. And lastly, my overall top pick for the best VPN out there is ExpressVPN, because it is really the easiest to use, has really fast and stable connections, and is just my personal go-to VPN that I use on a regular basis and the one that I like the most. So that's all for this video, guys. I hope you found it useful. If you want more information about any of the VPNs I mentioned in this video, I'll be sure to leave links in the description below, and you'll also find there some discount links that will save you some extra money on all of these VPNs. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.